live from the rinks. It's Wednesday night hockey, start of the JV playoffs. Got a great game for you tonight. Number 1, Smithtown Hauppauge taking on the East Islip, who's sitting at number 8. East Islip Chiefs taking on the Smithtown Hauppauge Bulls, as I was previously saying. Apologies. Smithtown Hauppauge hasn't lost a game this season. They finished a perfect 18-0. But the closest game they had was against East Islip. Came right down to the wire. It was a 1-goal game. Goal scored as time was expiring. East Islip faces an uphill battle though today. Without Evan Lafada, their leading scorer, he had 28 points on the season, 23 of which were goals. Not exactly the type of player you want to lose in a big game like this. In net tonight for East Islip, it's going to be Patrick O'Shea. On the other side for Smithtown Hauppauge Bulls, it'll be Mason Dorian. Other injuries or absences for East Islip. The only other one missing is going to be Quinn Carolyn. On the Smithtown Hauppauge side, there's no Connor Dubois and no Shane Reedy. The captain, Brandon Landgren, missed last game against East Islip with a non-COVID related illness. He's back in the lineup. Mason Dorian, who got the nod last game against East Islip before Smithtown Hauppauge fell behind. They had a goalie change. Wasn't really related to him. Sometimes you just do that to send your team a message as the horn sounds. He's got the nod. It's going to be a big game, both teams. Smithtown Hauppauge trying to ride that undefeated record all the way to the finals, hoping to win a JV championship. On the other side, East Islip almost pulled off the underdog story of the season earlier this year. They're going to be trying to again tonight, but without their leading scorer. Both teams getting ready for puck drop. Both teams head to the bench. Russinello doing a little bit of an extra lap there before that. Starting at the point, you have Semetsis. Correction, no, he's heading to the bench. My apologies. Up front, Jackson Cantalupo, Brandon Landgren, and number 94, Gavin Barham on the blue line. Number 14, the captain, or my mistake, one of the assistant captains, Patrick Malone, alongside number 16, Christian Agavino. On the other side, Dolson gets the start for Kings Park, wins it forward. He'll head for the loose puck in front, but Malone clears it. Cantalupo has it, moving up ice. Gains the zone, loses the puck though. Recaptures it along the wall. Makes a couple moves, and a backhand saucer pass to Agavino. He walks into a shot. That's deflected. The point of release went over the net, picked up by Landgren. He makes a move, but can't retain the puck. Comes to Agavino. Resets with the D-to-D pass, and then Malone's cross-ice pass, deflected by the skate of Dolson. Landgren will pick it up. He'll reset. Toe drag around Resinello, around Dolson, gains the zone. Tried to go through the defender, loses the puck. That's picked up by Walter. He makes the lead pass. And East Islip heads the other way. They gain the zone. Shot on net, turned aside. Or rather gobbled up by Mason Dorian. 53 seconds into play. A lot of fast-paced hockey to start this one off. Lines are in the blender for East Islip. That leading scorer, Evan Lafata. Face-off one on the other side for the Smithtown Bulls by Salito. Lead pass goes to Heft, who finds Campo. Goes off his backhand, though. Salito will recover the puck in the corner. Cuts in front. Loses the puck. It's still loose. Picked up by Heft. His shot goes way over the net. That bounces off the glass. Heads all the way back down. Smithtown resets. Under pressure at turnover. Forced by Barton, but East Islip has to reset. Pass goes awry. Salito had it. It was cutting towards the net. Took a couple bounces. Campo gets it along the half wall, then loses it. Pfizer has the puck. Makes his move. And then tried to get a pass to Campo. Too much on that one. So Campo will chase. Gets lined up by Umverzat, but he evades the hit. Campo has it. Moves it to the point. Semetsas gets it. Fires it back in. Picked up by Heft behind the net. Heft looking for the open man. Can't find him, so he fires a shot off the back of the iron. And then makes a pass to Salito, who tried to find it. The open man couldn't. Pfizer steps into one from the point. And that's turned aside by O'Shea. Puck takes a couple bounces. East Islip recovers it in their own zone. Turnover. Campo has it on his backhand. Makes the pass to Pfizer. Pfizer lined up by Barton, but gets the puck to Campo. Puck was kept in for a second. Now it's cleared. East Islip heading the other way. They have a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Shot towards the net. Turned aside by Dorian. Rebound loose off the blocker. Or shoulder, rather. Picked up by Semetsas, who moves it across to Campo, who can't quite settle on his backhand. Nearly turned it over to Dolson, but the puck took a bounce. Semetsas got it. Fired it into the zone. And it's picked up along the wall by Barham. Barham can't settle it. East Islip gets it out of the zone. Puck takes a bounce under the stick. They enter. Dolson gets it. Fires a shot. Saved by Dorian. Smithtown Hauppauge collects the puck. D'Alessandro makes the lead pass. Smithtown Bulls enter the zone. Dolson forces the turnover. East Islip heads the other way. They have a 3-on-1, 3-on-2, 3-on-3 as the back check. And then a save by Dorian. Puck comes to the point for Penny. Takes a bad bounce for East Islip. And then Landgren gets it. Fires a shot. That's turned aside. And the puck comes back up the wall to D'Alessandro, who chips it back in. Comes to Penny. Moves it up the boards. Puck leaves the zone, but it goes right to Smithtown Hauppauge. Puck comes across, then to D'Alessandro. Then a D-to-D pass intended for Agavino, goes behind him. Puck comes out. Agavino under pressure. Moves it up the boards. That's intercepted by Witchert. Puck comes to Dolson in the slot. Save! On the pad by Dorian. Then a whistle. No Evan Lafata. No problem for East Islip. Causing havoc off the forecheck to start this one off. Mason Dorian standing on his head to keep his team in this game. At every level, from developmental to freshman, JV to varsity, East Islip versus Smithtown, always comes down to the wire. Face-off won by East Islip. Turnover nearly forced by Rinfus. The puck ends up with Pfizer. He carries it in. Cuts to the outside, looks for the pass in front, can't find it, so he'll continue to circle. Nearly loses an edge, but he's managed to stick with the puck. Puck comes out to the point, and then a shot! Gobbled up by O'Shea. Hasn't been called upon much in the first 4 or so minutes, but he's made the saves his team needed. In the dot now. Face off. Won by East Islip. Moved up the boards. Turnover forced by Smithtown Hauppauge. Puck is now loose along the boards. Bounces out towards Rinfus. He can't settle it. Malone will at the point. Keeps it in. Puck ends up back down in the corner. East Islip gets the clear. Puck leaves his own. East Islip chips it in. Pfizer will chase. Loses an edge. Puck comes to Witcher. Witcher turns it over to Malone. Malone gets the clear, but the puck comes right back to McGarry, who chips it back down for Feister. He's going to reset behind his net and heads up ice. Pass comes all the way across. Carried outside, and then a backhand pass is broken up. Puck comes loose in the slot. Rinfus chips it into the corner. Then it's picked up by East Islip. They're heading the other way with speed. Smetsas can't settle it. D'Alessandro can. He heads up the ice. Cuts towards the middle. Enters the zone with speed. Cuts back towards the center. The outside fire shot. Save! Tried to put a 5-hole, but O'Shea shut the door. 5:29 gone by in the period. Face off now. Landgren in the dot for Smithtown Hauppauge. Wins the face-off forward. Fires and scores! That was quick. You know, hockey's a team sport, but this was an individual effort. And you know, with the replay, we got a bit of the face-off right there. Landgren just wins it so quick. Puck goes off a skate. He settles it, fires it right in. That's a good goal. It's 1-0, Smithtown Hauppauge. Face-off at center now. And it's one back. And Smetsas moves it up the boards, but it goes to Umberzot, who gets it out of the zone. Smetsas can't settle it. Puck heads the other way now. Walter with it, with speed. Cuts the outside. Tried to make his move on Cantalupo, then knocked down and loses the puck. Puck exits the zone now. Landgren will chase. Walter on it for East Islip, but he can't control it. Puck comes back up to Landgren. Under pressure from Godbout. The captain settles the puck behind the goal line, moves it up the boards, and then it comes across to D'Alessandro. Moves it to Barham, who gains the zone. On the outside on his backhand. Cuts towards the net. Loses the puck. Umberzot moves it up. Turnover. Cantalupo makes his move. Put it off his skate. And then tried to shoot it through his legs. He couldn't. Got the puck back, though. Tried to walk the line. He couldn't. He's forced to reset outside of his zone under pressure from Godbout. Godbout goes for the change. But Cantalupo heads into the zone. Cuts towards the net. Evades the hit, but gets the puck back. Behind the net, makes the pass shot, save! And then East Islip gets the clear. That's heading all the way down. That's going to be icing. We get the whistle at 8:10 in the first period. Dolson out in the dot for East Islip. Against Salito, who's kicked out, I believe. Heft will head into the dot. Salito had a couple words for the official, not really thrilled with that. Nonetheless, that's the call. It was Dolson versus Heft. Dolson's going to be called upon to do a lot tonight without LaFata. Face off now. Covered right away by O'Shea. Apologies for the incidental rhyming there. Salito in the dot this time versus Dolson. And Dolson wins it. Moved up the boards to Resinello. Puck takes a bounce. Salito forces the turnover, can't settle it. Puck exits the zone. McGarry carries it in, fires a shot on net. That's blockered aside. And then the puck heads up ice. Dolson forces the turnover. Fires a shot. Save on the shoulder. McGarry kicks it in. It's a goal. Oh, no. No. That's a little unclear. That's coming outside the zone. Apologies, that's the wrong clip right there. McGarry made a clear and distinct kicking motion. I thought they were signaling that it was a goal, despite the fact that it clearly wasn't. As the face-off is won back by Dolson. It was a great effort. You know, you can't blame the kid for trying. It's just, you know, when you swing your leg forward like that, you're not going to get the call, whether it was intentional or not. That wasn't part of a normal skating stride, at least in my opinion. As Dolson enters the zone, fires a shot, that goes off. Malone sticking into the netting. We're going to try and take a look at it now. Should be clear here. Oh. No, just apparently we didn't get the clip, just the official waving it off. Face off, won by East Islip. Puck comes across the zone all the way to DeMeo. He gets it out, but it's put back in by Lawler and then picked up by Agavino. He gets his stick lifted from behind by Carino. And then it comes from Lawler to Godbout. Fires it across and into the zone. Picked up by Agavino, who moves it to Malone. Puck comes up to Barham, who carries it in 1-on-2. Then a pass shot from Wallace goes wide. And now East Islip heads up ice. Puck nearly turned over along the wall. Carino carries it in, and it's taken away by Barham. With speed. Heads up ice. Tried to make the lead pass. But that went awry. East Islip has it. Cross ice pass fired across. But it went right to D'Alessandro, my apologies. Who then bounces it off the boards. Carried into the zone. And it's taken off the stick. Witcher gets it and fires it out. Feister gets it back. Pivots, make it an escape turn before carrying it in. Makes his move, gets around into the zone, but loses the puck. Puck is bouncing in the air. East Islip recovers, they'll get it out. Picked up by Witchert, who turns it over to Barham, carries it in. Puck comes, oh, that was intercepted pass intended for Caccini. As Lawler moves up ice towards Witchert. And then the other Witchert brother gets the puck along the wall, backhands it all the way across the ice, where Rinfus gets it and moves it back to Feister. Pass intended for D'Alessandro ended up on the boards. He got it back, chipped it in. And now Cacciani has it. Tried to saucer that across for Rinfus. After the puck took a couple bounces. Got it. And took the shot. Landgren in the dot. Against Walter. Smithtown Hauppauge. Landgren couldn't win it. Walter does. Puck ends up being wrapped around to Sean Witchert. Makes the lead pass for Walter. That puck goes awry. But it's picked up by the other Witchert brother. Before Smithtown gets it out. Landgren will chase. Almost got a stick on it. But ends up heading the other way. Witchert, shot. Gloved by Dorian. That shot from Tyler Witchert. Mason Dorian stopped him in his tracks. Dolson in the dot versus the captain. Face-off won by Smithtown. Cantalupo tried to get it out. Umverzak kept it in. Penny gets it to Resinello. The puck still is in the zone, though. Before Smithtown forces the turnover. Carried up the ice by Malone under pressure. Backhand pass goes through the skates of Landgren, and Penny gets it deep. Smithtown's going to try this breakout again as the puck comes to Landgren, who is forced to dump that one in thanks to the back check of Dolson as the puck takes a couple bounces. Ends up in the slot. Cantalupo nearly had a great chance. Couldn't capitalize. Agavino gets it deep. Unverzat moves up the boards. Agavino took the puck body. East Islip took the puck, got it out of the zone, but Feister has it now. Move to Agavino, who chips it up the boards to Cantalupo. And his pass was broken up. Puck went off the official twice. Official's part of the field of play, no matter how much we sometimes wish they weren't. Feister gets it along the wall, gathers it on his backhand, and heads up ice. Toe drag, and then a lead pass to Heft, who couldn't corral it. Carino's on it now. Moves to the front of the net. Dangerous play. Puck leaves the zone, though. Agavino on it. He makes the D-to-D pass. Feister ships it in opposite side. Campo gives chase. Holds the puck under pressure from 3 players. And then finds Heft in the corner. Heft tried to find Campo. Stick was lifted in the slot. Feister gets the shot off. But that goes off the pad into the corner. Bounces up to Agavino. Puck ends up in the slot. Campo picks it up. Resets and then tries to make a pass. It goes off the skate. Penny gets it. Tried to chip it out. Couldn't. Russinello can. Finds Dolson. Dolson heads in with speed. Poked off his stick by Feister. Great defensive play. Smithtown heads the other way. Campo, Heft, and Solito. Comes to... Oh! Puck ends up going around the slot. Campo picks it up. Lawler gets it, fires it out. Along the wall, puck comes to Lawler on the pass. Lawler couldn't get the shot off. Ends up in the corner. D'Alessandro comes away with it, makes the lead pass to Heft, who can't corral it. Picked up in the corner by Feister. Moved up the boards to Solito, but he can't corral it. Goes past Godbout, and Heft leaves it behind. Ends up back in the zone after Penny forced the turnover. 2 pennies on East Islip, along with the 2 Witcher brothers. As Feister resets below the goal line under pressure and finds D'Alessandro, who finds Heft cross ice. Beautiful pass there. Carried into the zone. Shot deflected into the air and gloved by O'Shea. Face off in the defensive zone for East Islip. One back by Cantalupo. Semetsis gets a shot. That's tipped just wide of the net. Along the wall now. DeMeo can't corral it. So East Islip heads up ice. Godbout gains the zone. Tries to go through D'Alessandro's legs. He can't. Brings D'Alessandro down. There's an arm in the air. Not clear who that was called against. Heft has some words for the officials. It appears it's going against D'Alessandro. Can't say. Well, let's put it this way. My mother always said if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it. And I don't have anything nice to say about that call, so we're just going to leave it at that. Nonetheless, East Islip will head on the power play. Number 98, D'Alessandro in the box. The other 98, Jack Dolson, in the face-off dot. One by Landgren. Picked up by Malone, who gets it back to Landgren. Then it's fired out of play. That's just 5 seconds into the power play. 1:26 on the scoreboard. Dolson and Landgren in the dot. Puck is dropped. Face-off is won by Smithtown Hauppauge. Fired all the way down by Landgren. Cantalupo will chase as O'Shea leaves the puck for Lawler. Lawler under pressure from Cantalupo. Pokes it forward, comes to Malone. Malone fires it all the way down. Picked up by McGarry. He loses his footing. Regathers it, heads up ice. Can't find the lead pass, so will take it himself. Chips it past Landgren to Dolson. Dolson enters, makes the pass to McGarry. Scores! And that's all for the power play. East Islip ties it at 1. Just watch this pass by Dolson. He's going to put this perfectly off McGarry's stick. All McGarry has to do is get his stick on it. turns it perfectly to his back and that's just a beautiful goal. Just under 50 seconds left in the period. Face off at center ice. Won by Smithtown Hauppauge. Carried into the zone. Rinfist loses the puck along the wall, picked up by McGarry, who moves up the boards towards Walter, intercepted. Correction, that wasn't Rinfist, that was Pacini. Rinfist is on the other side. East Islip gains the zone. Agavino breaks the play up, and it's chipped out. Waller gets it. Puck changes hands a couple times before Barton gets his hands on it, moves it to Walter, who enters the zone. Just under 15 seconds remaining in play. Piccini providing pressure against McGarry. Moves up the boards. Where the puck is lost by Walter, regains, fired into zone, clock expires. Rinfist has some words for the refs after Walter shoves him after the whistle. And we'll head to the start of the second period. All even. Lafada not in tonight for East Islip. That doesn't matter. It's a tie game nonetheless. 23 goals and 28 points missing from tonight's lineup. But their second leading scorer, Jack Dolson, 17 points, 11 games, just 4 less than Lafada, has come alive tonight. Can't blame Mason Dorian for that one. He stood on his head all game. But East Islip has never been known for going down quietly. And if you're the number 1 seed, Smithtown Bulls, trying to protect a perfect record, you don't want to be remembered for going out against the 8th seed, even if it's East Islip. You can expect head coach Agavino's team to come out playing with pace to start the second, especially with the long change. Coach Agavino has a son on the team. Also was a son on the varsity team, though, who just had his senior night about a week and a half ago, as both teams take the ice. Landgren in the dot. I believe Resinello is taking the face-off at center. Landgren gets the better of that one. Carries the puck into the zone, breaks the hit from Witchert, cuts towards the center, has it taken off a stick. Recovered by Witchert, moved up the boards. Agavino pinches to keep it in. He does. The puck ends up back with Lawler for East Islip. Waller heads up the boards, forced to reset. Fires it into the middle, intercepted by Feister, who carries it into the corner. Evades McGarry. Looks for the pass in the slot, can't find a shot. Goes off the iron, rebound is loose, but can't be buried. Was almost 2-1 as that puck goes out of play. Start the second period. And watch this one. This is a beauty. You find this shot just fired right off the iron. It's loose in front, but the puck was bouncing. It went off of Landgren's body, so it takes a while to settle that. And because of that, it's still 1-1. It was a beautiful shot. Had the goalie beat. Feister gets a shot from the point. Puck comes loose again, but it comes all the way out to Godbout, who moves up to Sean Witchert, who can't settle it, but gets it back and dumps it in. Feister will collect. Moves the puck up ice, comes to Barham. He'll carry it in, has the breakaway. Shot over the net. Fires a shot that's blocked by Umberzot. Then a turnover. Force, but then puck comes back to East Islip. They get it out. Feister makes a move to evade his man at his own blue line. Chips it through. Dolson gains the zone, fires a shot. That goes wide of the net. Ends up going wide. D'Alessandro has it, fires a shot. That's turned aside as well by O'Shea. Puck along the wall. Doesn't leave the zone. Now it does. Sound Hauppauge moves the puck right back up the ice. Barham has it. And then loses it. Freeland gets the clear. Witchert gets the puck. Barham forces the turnover. Cantalupo collects it at his own blue line. Then enters the opposing zone. Makes some moves, evades Umberzot. Then finds Landgren, but the puck was in his skates. Comes back down to Salido, who moves the puck to the point. Point shot is deflected way into the netting. And we get a whistle. Just 2:08 into the period. It's 1-1. Smithtown Hauppauge peppering the net with shots. Face-offs coming out of the zone. Not really clear why, but that's how it is. That's how the lead official says it will be. Said that backwards. Face-off. Controlled by East Islip. Bart moves it forward. Stavropoulos couldn't get it. And Salido ends up with it. And then Heftis, he enters the zone, fires a shot that's deflected. Then recovered by Campo. Makes the cross-ice pass. Semetsis has it, fires it on net. Or towards the net, that is. It was blocked. Heft gets it, fires a shot that goes off the pad of O'Shea. Kept in deep. McGarry on it. Under pressure from Campo. Breaks free, finds Barton, who ends up getting it all the way down to Stavropoulos after the puck took about 4 stops along the way. Stick of Salido is tied up by Stavropoulos, but a turnover nonetheless. 2-on-2 headed the other way. Comes to Salido, backhand shot, save! Puck is loose behind the net. Campo comes away with it. Looks off the point, finds Semetsis, and then the shot goes bouncing past the crease. Picked right back up by Smithtown Hauppauge. Salido fires shot, that's deflected over the net. Picked back up on the other side by Semetsis, who chips it in deep. Smithtown Hauppauge loses the puck in the slot, but it's kept in by D'Alessandro, but ends up going right to Barton anyway. Barton carries it in. Gets past D'Alessandro, takes a hit. Smithtown Hauppauge has the puck. Heft has it, under pressure from Resinello. Salido now fires a shot. That's blockered aside. Campo takes the hit, keeps the puck in deep. Shot. Turned aside, that's going to go all the way down. Apologies, had a bit of a clock issue there. We're going to be at 11 seconds, starting now, as Semetsis gets the puck in center ice. Turns it over, Resinello heads the other way. 1-on-2. Makes the pass. Stick is lifted. And Penny can't get the shot off. Smithtown Hauppauge heads the other way. Heft gains the zone. Along the outside now, looking for the man in front, can't find him. Correction, that was Landgren. 88 versus 38. No excuse for that confusion, my apologies. Turnover by Smithtown, and Feister has to reset outside the zone. But he turns it over too. Fired up the boards, went off the glass. Smithtown Hauppauge a bit discombobulated as Lawler gets the puck. Turnover forced by DeMeo. The Lawler gets back, corrects his mistake. Puck is kept in the zone though. But now Carino has it. Calls from the crowd for a call coming from the East Islip side. And by crowd, I do mean parents. Won't receive one though. Resinello carries it in. Poked off his stick. Feister moves it forward to Landgren. He's going to enter the zone on the opposite side. Cuts to the center. Fires a shot. Turned aside. Kept in for now. Puck comes to Penny. Then it takes a couple bounces. And it goes all the way to Feister after the DDD pass. He'll carry it into the zone with speed. Makes a move around Lawler, but forced to reset behind the net rather. Puck comes across to Malone. Malone can't get the one-timer off. His stick is broken. He has to head to the bench. No, he can't. East Islip's coming in on an odd-man rush. Malone knocks Lawler off the puck. Feister picks it up. Heads up ice. Little give and go. Turnover, but Smithtown Hauppauge gets it back. Puck goes off. Feister touches up. He's offsides. Entered offsides before collecting the puck. Have to keep 1 foot on the blue line before the puck enters. So now the faceoff will come down. Dolson wins it. Walter chips it in. And Gavino, a bit of a miscommunication there. He doesn't go for the puck. East Islip will retain possession. Dolson moves it to the point. Unverzat's shot goes well wide of the net. Smithtown Hauppauge picks it up. Pass comes to Agavino. Makes the lead pass, ends up in Rinfus' skates. He's forced to reset. Wagner has to check up. Then a intended pass was broken up, went off the skate of an East Islip player, bounced into the zone. O'Shea accidentally gives it away to Wagner. Wagner moves up the board, up to the point, comes back down the boards. Godbout gets it, moves it up the boards, but Caccini intercepts. Or Cacciani, my apologies. Then the puck comes to Agavino, who walks the line, backhands it towards the net, and it's covered by O'Shea. One game. The #1 seed on upset alert as we're approaching the halfway mark in the second period. Landgren in the dot. I believe. Face off. Controlled by East Islip, but it's kept in by Feister. Landgren fires it in. Cantalupo has it. His pass goes all the way across the slot, comes back out. Delisandra keeps it in. Cantalupo fades two guys, cuts towards the net, but his toe drag broken up by Carino. So the puck comes to Witchard, who gets it back to Carino, and then it's picked up by Delisandra, who moves it to Feister. Then a pass to Barham, who enters the zone with numbers, makes the pass to Landgren, whose shot is deflected into the glass. Then the puck poked on net. And it was covered. We're about a second short of the halfway mark. It's a tie game. #1 seed Smithtown Bulls trying to advance to the second round, continue their undefeated streak. East Islip without their top scorer trying to stop them in their tracks. As Landgren controls the puck off that face-off, gets it to Cantalupo, who evades, or rather can't evade Penny. Penny played the body as Cantalupo poked that one forward. Then Landgren keeps it in, ends up on net, and he gives it to Lawler, who chips it up the boards, goes to Witchard. Can't get it out of the zone, turnover. Smithtown Hauppauge has it. Shot scores! And it's 2-1. What? I'm sorry, what? There's nothing nothing we can see on our end that should have that should be a goal. I think the call is no goal. We have a replay up here that says otherwise, but you know, during the Smithtown Hauppauge varsity night, Kankowski for Sachem had a goal, clearly went in the net, was called off. And it turns out that the officials do not use the Long Island Sports Network for replay, because they really should be. I mean, they are. The league is paying for this. It would make sense for them to use the video as the puck goes in front. Scores! So after a clean deflection was called off, Feister whiffs on a shot, gets the puck back, moves it across, and watch this. You just see the puck move the cross in front, and that one goes in. It's 2-1. Smithtown Hauppauge, they're back in the lead. Should have been a goal the first time. They get it back on the second. And head coach Agavito's team coming alive in the past minute. You could argue it should have been 2 goals in the past minute. It's just one as Salito wins the faceoff, heads into the zone, moves to his backhand, loses the puck. Tried to make a pass there, just lost the handle. And it was covered by O'Shea. Not much you can ask O'Shea on either of those goals. It was the same exact play, basically. Nothing really changed between the two. You know, go to the front of the net, good things happen. As the faceoff is won back by Smithtown, comes to Campo in the slot, makes the pass, but Salito can't get a shot off of that. In the corner now, Picked up by Salido. Then comes to Campo in the slot, then Malone. Malone's shot goes right into the skate of Walter. That heads all the way down. Carino goes to collect his neck guard. He has to head to the bench. I don't think there's a 5-second rule of neck guards, because Carino's back out there playing without one. A bit confused by this, to be quite honest. Then it's cleared out by Walter. A bit surprised by the no call here. Not allowed to play without a neck guard as Carino carries it in. Fires a shot that goes wide of the net. Very, very confusing series of events following the first goal that was called off. As the puck leaves the zone, Salido couldn't settle that one. So Semetsis will get it. He's under pressure, so he makes the cross-ice pass. That ends up with Salido, who can't settle it. Then Campo goes further into his own zone. Dolson loses his footing, collides with the ref. And Malone gets the puck on the forecheck. Goes to the backhand, shot goes just over the net. And then Semetsis gets it outside the zone. Moves it to Heft, who finds Campo. Campo can't control the puck, takes a couple bounces. Salido picks it up at center ice, loses it, but Campo gets it back. Enters the zone on his backhand. Makes the drop pass to Heft. Gets the backhand shot on net. Ends up with Dolson, who fires it up towards Stavropoulos, who gets a stick on it but can't maintain possession. And then a DDD pass comes to Malone. Makes a pass to Salido, who turns it over, but Agavino gets it right back, and he'll lead the odd man rush. 3-on-2, and then a shot. Blocker to side by O'Shea. Salido gets the puck back behind the net. Mades a couple hits, bounces it off the back. That's a couple plays against the body when he didn't have the puck there. Puck comes free. Salido takes a hit from Lawler. Puck finds its way up to the point. And then the shot is blocked by Dolson. East Islip heads the other way. They have a 3-on-2, 4-on-2. Barham racing back as Dolson's forced to the outside. D'Alessandro gets the puck, and that's broken up. Puck along the wall in the corner. Thought someone got a hand on it there for East Islip. As Smithtown Hauppauge gets out, they're heading up 3-on-2. Gets it towards the net. O'Shea got a stick on it. And then it bounces all the way out to Barton. It's a 2-on-1. Racing back is Wallace, who breaks that one up. Barton has the puck, fires it on net, and then a great chance for Resinello, but he couldn't get a stick on it. Kept in the zone by McGarry. Puck's in the corner, still with Resinello. D'Alessandro pokes it free. Almost chipped out by DeMeo, but almost only counts as horseshoes. And then the puck is finally cleared. Comes back out to Lawler. Under pressure from DeMeo. He'll head up the boards. Forced to try and just chip it, because he was under pressure from two players. As the puck comes to Feister. Off the Agavino pass. He caught that one in his skates. And now he's in the offensive zone. Cuts the outside. Fire shot. That goes just wide. And then it takes a couple bounces before finding its way to Agavino, who keeps it in. McGarry is just going to float that one out of there. Took a favorable bounce along the wall, so Feister will pick it up. There will be no icing, and he'll reset behind his net under pressure from Resinello. Throws it back behind there. Agavino is going to pick that one up under pressure from Barton, but he escapes. Lead pass. Rinfus gets a stick on it, but can't gain possession. Lawler has it along the wall, but Rinfus forces the turnover. Barton now on it, but he throws it back up the boards towards Cacciani. Rinfus and Cacciani get tied up, so Wagner gets the puck, fires a shot. That's gloved, but not grasped by O'Shea. Kept in the zone. Cacciani has it after almost losing. Comes in, fires past Rinfus. Save on the toe! What a save by Patrick O'Shea. Feister has it, fires a shot. That goes off the glove and into the glass. Puck behind the net still. Throw it in front, comes all the way out. Feister, save! You know, I wish I had time to show you both saves. I don't, so I'm just going to show you this one. Watch Rinfus. He loses the puck, gets it back. But that's not the important part. Correction, that was Cacciani who found Rinfus. I keep confusing 77 and 17. My apologies there. But that beautiful toe save by O'Shea. They went. Guess we will show you that second replay. Face off. Won by Smithtown Hauppauge. Cantalupo under pressure. Evades two men. Carries it into the corner. Looks for the pass, can't find it, so he'll continue. to make moves. Finds the open man in Landgren, but the puck was bouncing. Landgren gives it back to Cantalupo, gives it to Feister. Ooh, a shot pass towards that. Rebound is loose. Cantalupo fires between his legs just over the net. Landgren moves it to the point. Feister to Malone. Malone walks in. Shot. Save. Puck is loose. Rebound. Scores! And Smithtown Hauppauge takes a 3-1 lead. Just a beautiful pass to Malone. He gets pretty much the perfect shot. Rebound comes off the toe, and it's just backhanded in by Cantalupo. So it's 3-1 now. 1:41 remaining in play. Face-off won by Islip. They can't maintain possession. Landgren gets the puck off a Dolson stick. Walks in past. Shot goes just wide from Barham. And then he gets taken down from a tackle. Dorian will go to the bench. Cantalupo will reset in his own zone with a 6-on-5 under pressure from Dolson. Doesn't matter. He'll carry it in. Maintains possession. Fires and scores! Back-to-back for Jackson Cantalupo. Don't worry about the power play. They already got the goal. Just a beautiful carry. Watch the zone entry. Maintains possession. Gets it off his skate to his stick. Walks near the goal line. Just a gorgeous shot. You don't see that very often. It's 4-1. Smithtown Hauppauge. And it's getting late early for East Islip after a very close first half of the game. That goal that got waved off just lit a fire for Smithtown Hauppauge as Heff carries it in. Fires a shot, save by O'Shea, who gets the stop, gets the cover. 13 minutes, 57 seconds into the period. Just ever since that one got called off, they've been playing with a chip on their shoulder. And when an undefeated team plays with a chip on their shoulder, it's never good for the other side. As the faceoff is won by Solito. Evades the hit of Penny, who had her arms fully extended there. Heft gets it, finds Solito, but the puck, rather the pass, can't be fully grasped. And then Solito tries to get it on his backhand. He does, but he's forced to reset. Enters the zone under pressure from Godbout. Makes the pass, puck comes loose in front of that. Shot saved by O'Shea. East Islip picks it up. They're heading the other way. Walter has it. Gets across the red, and he's just going to chip that one in. It's a chance that East Islip would have taken just a few minutes ago. Playing a bit more timid now after the quick 3 goals against, and then the pass comes up to Solito. He enters, drops it to Agavino. Shot, save, rebound, loose, and then it's gobbled up by O'Shea. Key save there with just over 13 seconds remaining in this period. East Islip just trying to get out of this one, regroup, without having to use a timeout. Well, this might take a second to drop the puck. The scoreboard is now gone, and now it's back. I'm not sure why they were turning the power on and off with that thing, like the lights in your sibling's bedroom, but they were, as the faceoff was won forward by Smithtown. McGarry takes a hit. DeMeo takes the puck, but loses it. Comes all the way out across for Petty. She'll fire it down. Comes to the point. Feister tried to get a shot off. That's blocked by Dolson as we exit the second period. Smithtown Hauppauge went into the first period tied at 1. They now have a 4-1 lead. Just for clarification here, because it can get confusing. There's 2 Pennies and 2 Wichards on East Islip. You have Samantha and Sophia, both S's, so that doesn't really make it that much easier to distinguish them. Samantha being 14, Sophia being 15. And then you have Sean and Tyler Wichert, who are 3 and 86 respectively. So 2 pairs of siblings on that roster. Definitely the most of any team in the JV division. Can't actually think of another. Well, there are other pairs of siblings on team in the varsity divisions. The Quins on Kings Park come to mind, but I can't think of any teams with 2 pairs of siblings. And you know, if you're East Islip exiting that period, you got to remind yourselves you were tied at 1, but you can't have these defensive breakdowns where, and it's hard to call it a breakdown because Cantalupo was pretty much on the, about as far away from where a good shot would come as you can get. He's coming in, he's basically along the goal line. I mean, the puck is basically at the goal line when he took that shot to make it 4. But, you know, you got to clean up the area in front of the net, and you can't let a guy like Cantalupo just walk in. It's not going to go well for you. I hate to be the one to say this, but, you know, the reason they couldn't seal the deal last time they played was because of Cantalupo. You know, this is a kid where your best chance to defend him, just don't let him get the puck. Sounds really easy when I say it that way, but it's true. As Dolson wins the forward, and Dorian makes the pass to Feister, who's just had a tremendous game. Nearly turned it over to Dolson, got it out of the zone though. And it's fired back down. Resinello forces the turnover, puck comes to Dolson. He tried to make his move around D'Alessandro, but couldn't. D'Alessandro blocks the shot, then with his foot collects the puck and heads up ice. You know, that's the thing with the Smithtown Hauppauge team. Their defensemen just have great speed, great skill. They don't even have Connor Dubois right now. Doesn't even matter. And obviously, if you're East Islip, as the puck gets caught in the official skates, you got to wonder, is this game different with Evan Lafada? You would think so, but as D'Alessandro carries it in, sometimes losing a puck-moving defenseman, even if their numbers don't show up on the stat sheet, it matters just as much as losing a top scorer. Puck comes across. Carrino has it. Feister races back. Shot goes over Dorian's net. Way out along the wall. Resinello picks it up. Chips it in. Carrino will chase again. Fires a pass towards the center. That was deflected off a deflection. And then it's carried out by Feister, who finds Cantalupo. He's going to collect that in the corner. Enters 2-on-2. Pass broken up by Lawler. Tied up along the wall. Dolson hits. Cantalupo knocks him off the puck, but Umberzat's pass, just not enough on that. As Feister gets it, he's going to carry it along the wall. Waits for his teammates to check up. They do. Carries it into the zone. Tried to make the toe drag. Couldn't get it to go. And then a shot and a save by O'Shea. He covers it. Just a minute. We're a little over a minute, actually. About 2 minutes and 28 seconds into play. I believe. Face-off was won by East Islip. They get it out of the zone. No, it was 1 minute and 28 seconds. My apologies. Stavropoulos nearly got the puck. Agavino forced turnover. Godbout gets a shot. And the rebound bounces right out in the slot after the toe save of Dorian. Wagner makes the pass to Cacciani, who finds Wagner again. Shot! Save on the toe! That's 1-2 toe saves for O'Shea as Rinfus tried to carry that in. Had his stick lifted from behind. Almost hooked a bit by Penny. Rinfus knocks it down, fires a shot towards the net. That's going to be covered by O'Shea. We're just going to try and get that one right here. Just a perfect save by O'Shea. Oh, you just, as the faceoff was won by East Islip, and, you know, we missed a bit of that, but I think for that replay it was worth it. As Stavropoulos, his pass for Barton goes awry. He picks up in the corner, backhands it around the net. Cacciani says thank you, come again, as he makes the lead pass for Wagner. But Wagner loses it, and Lawler says right back at you. Barton carries it in, fires a shot, turned aside by Dorian. Wagner's going to pick that up behind his own net. Fires a pass off Malone's skate. Barton gets the puck, but Malone recovers. Fires a pass towards the center. Lawler has it, fires a shot. Saved by Dorian. Right in the breadbasket there. Just having a tremendous game. Just watch this shot. Just gobbles it right up. Just perfect positioning there. Just, and it was the right shot. You know, you really can't even criticize the placement as Dolson wins that face-off. Landgren comes away with it, chips it up the boards to Cantalupo, who tried to chip it back to Landgren, but it goes all the way back down for Freeland, who makes the pass to Dolson, who's going to carry it into the zone, cuts towards the center. He still has the puck, carries the outside, shot, save, and then covered by Dorian. You know, he got pulled last game against East Islip, and you knew something like that wasn't going to happen again. You know, it was just a couple bad bounces last time around. I don't know that the ice has been necessarily more favorable as East Islip wins the face-off. Puck goes all the way across. Barham gets it. Chips it forward. Ends up with McGarry. But Landgren can't settle it. Dolson heads the other way. 3-on-3. Carries it in. Loses the puck on an attempted toe drag. Landgren picks it up. Makes the pass behind his own net. Then the puck comes to Semetsis. Fires it across the zone to Landgren, who carries it in. Looking for the drop pass, can't find it. Then fires a pass that's behind Barham. It was the right look, just not the right placement, but it's a difficult pass to make as the puck comes all the way out for Resinello. And his shot is blocked. Comes out to Semetsis, but he can't get it out of the zone. This time he does. Resinello, one of the all-stars for East Islip in this past December's game. As Lawler carries it in. Shot was blocked. And that'll leave the zone with Salido. He heads in 1-on-2, 2-on-2. Landgren tried cutting to the net. And, you know, that was the right idea by Salido. Just sometimes it's hard to judge those types of passes. And Landgren's at the end of a shift. Carino loses his footing. Salido gets the puck. Heads the other way. Makes the pass that goes through Witchert. Comes right back to Salido. Then he puts it off. Umversat's skate. Gets it back. Waits for Heft to check up. He does. Carries it to the outside. Maintains possession. Then gets it poked off his stick. Walter gets it. Fires it up the boards. It's kept in by Feister, who walks the line. Makes the pass ahead to Malone. Malone shot. Save by O'Shea. Five minutes into the third period. Face off, won by Smithtown Hauppauge. Puck comes to Feister. Shot, scores! And Feister makes it 5-1. You know, a face-off win a day keeps the doctor away, and you know, you watch this play, the pass comes to Feister, it's coming off the face-off win. He just walks in, nobody takes him. He keeps walking, and then perfect placement on the 5-hole shot. And if you're O'Shea, you know, you can't even feel bad. Like, yeah, you have time to set up, so does the shooter. Nobody took him. You just can't have that happen as the face-off is won forward by East Islip. Malone gets it, chips it out. Puck takes a couple bounces before McGarry gets it, but McGarry just fired it right back in, and, you know, take some time, settle the puck as that pass goes just a little bit wide to Mayo. He picks it back up and finds Barham. You know, as Dolson is going to pick this one up, he's under pressure. He fires it around the boards. You see, there's nobody there. It comes right to Feister. And Smithtown gets a shot from the slot. That's blocked from DeMayo. Penny gets it out. Comes to Dolson. Dolson heads up ice. 1-on-4. Takes the hit. Going for the puck. That was very emblematic of Dolson's game, going in 1-on-4 tonight. Barham has the odd man rush. That's broken up. Now it's carried the other way by McGarry, who just made a great defensive play on that 3-on-1. He still has it, makes the pass to Godbout. His shot goes just wide of the net. Then DeMayo gets tied up. Penny on the puck. Then the puck comes out to Dolson. Dolson fires a shot. It goes way over the net. He goes down. And then the other Penny tried to keep it in, couldn't. So then the puck comes up. It's DeMayo. He's under pressure. Forced to resettle on the half wall. Then a pass intended for Wallace goes awry. It's cleared out. It's picked up by Agavino. Makes the pass to D'Alessandro. Gets caught up. And with Smithtown changing, couldn't really get into that. Didn't want to get a too many men penalty as the puck is fired in, picked up, and then chipped out. Just a few seconds. Puck along the wall. Penny tried to get it out and did. Puck comes back to Agavino. Carries it across the red line, enters the zone. And we have an offsides whistle. 7:07 gone by. In the third period, Smithtown Hauppauge up 5-1. What started as a close game in the first half has turned into a bit more of a one-sided affair. Renfis gets the puck off the face-off, fires a shot on net. O'Shea will cover. Smithtown Hauppauge will take the offensive zone face-off. You know, this has been a very close game for most of it. It's been very competitive, too. It's just, you know, there's a reason that teams go 18-0, and they're usually not as simple as just saying work your hardest. You know, there's a certain level of skill that goes into that as Lawler turns it over. And a high-skill play to keep it in from Wagner, but he couldn't complete it. Agavino forces the turnover, carries it in, fires a shot. That's gloved by O'Shea. You know, you're down 4 goals, just past the halfway mark. 7:33 gone by in this period. You're without your leading scorer if you're East Islip. You know, there's no shame in going down at this point, but it's not something they're going to just accept. And if you want to turn this around in your East Islip, the easy answer is this. You can't throw the puck away. You know, you can't just chip it up the wall because you're afraid of a turnover. Because then you're definitely going to turn it over if you chip it up the wall. Feister gets the puck, moves it D to D. He's had a phenomenal game as Landry can't quite gather that pass from Semetsis. But Lawler gets it, chips it forward, and then it comes to Dolson. He's going to carry it in, but it's poked off his stick by Cantalupo, who heads up ice, cuts through the middle. He's in all alone, backhand, scores! Make that 3 for Jackson Cantalupo. It's 6-1. Forces the turnover. You can't quite see it on that replay. Just shoots the gap perfectly. Just watch this move. Oh! Just perfect. You know, he just makes these high-skill plays, which sometimes makes you wonder why he's in this division. Wow. Face-off won by East Islip, but Feister forces the turnover against Sean Witchert. Moves it up the boards. Cantalupo gets it. Chips it forward to the captain, Landgren. Makes his move. It's 2-on-1. Landgren shot. Save by O'Shea. You know, not to take anything away from Cantalupo, Landgren's also had a fantastic game. And, you know, when it was a bit closer, you really noticed Landgren's intensity, his strong physical two-way play. But, you know, you need a bit of both. You need that guy who's more of a high skill, getting the passing lanes kind of way. And that's not saying Landgren isn't skilled. It's just Cantalupo can make some truly ridiculous plays with the puck as the East Islip Chiefs turn it over on the face-off. Smithtown gets a shot. That goes off the back of the iron. Feister pinches. Shot, scores! Well, just watch this. It's just a shot that goes wide. It misses the net. Feister steps into it beautifully. And just, you know, you got to have good placement when you're shooting from there. And, you know, you got to have someone on the back door. So, you know, face-off won by Smithtown Hauppauge. You can't blame yourself if you're O'Shea, but you just can't have guys coming in, shot by Heft is stopped, just completely uncovered. It's just, like I've said earlier, it's not going to go well for you. You know, you can't let guys cut right up the middle no matter how fast they are. You got to at least try and get a body in the way. And the difference in the second half is that East Islip has it. It's not a question of ability. Face-off won and shot by Heft. It's not a question of ability. It's just a question of believing you're good enough to do it. And right now, they don't. You know, it's tough to go in as an 8 seed, but it's a kind of a shame as East Islip wins the face-off for the game to end this way. Puck is played by Dorian, nearly gotten out. Finally leaves his own, gets caught in the official skates. Campo picks it up. Heads up ice. His pass is intercepted. Solito has it, loses an edge. Carino picks it up. Makes his move. Dolson gets it on the other side of the line. And Smithtown gets it back. Godbout forces the turnover, waits for his teammates to check up. Smithtown carries the puck in on their own after they check up. East Islip pursues. Agamino gets it out of the zone, pinches, but can't get the puck to go all the way down. Now Heft carries it in, loses his footing. No call on that play. The crowd wanted one. Puck comes out. Carino with Dolson, loses the puck, gets caught up there. Finally enters the zone, evades his man. Smithtown touches up, that's gonna be a penalty. And East Islip will go on the power play. You know, you need to average a goal a minute at this point to force overtime, and that's without giving up one. A lot of jeers from the crowd towards the officials, and oh, we have a timeout. This is coming from the away bench. So Heft is going to the box. It's going to be a power play when this timeout's over. You know, Heft had some words for the officials, had to skate over the board while he was doing so. Lead official didn't like that. Nonetheless, if you're Smithtown Hauppauge at this point, you just want to play smart defensive hockey. Don't get entangled in any scrums, because in all likelihood, barring some sort of catastrophic collapse, you're moving on to the second round. You don't want to lose anybody for that game. The captain, Landgren, is out on the ice for the kill. He's matched up against Dolson. Dolson, who had the assist on the lone goal of the game. You could honestly, this isn't a criticism, you could honestly say the goal had more to do with his picture-perfect pass than the guy who tipped it in. It was a nice tip, but it was just gorgeous. And you know, at that point, it was a tie game. Puck is cleared out of the zone, picked up by Landgren. He heads in 2-on-3, loses the puck, but he's going to collect it behind the net under pressure from Lawler. Gets his stick lifted, loses the puck. Puck comes up along the wall. I believe that's Carino who's going to carry it in. Sets up shop along the half wall, but that pass goes awry. Lawler can't corral it. Dolson has to wait as his teammates check up, but Dolson breaks that hit from Wallace and carries it in. Two guys on him immediately. Then D'Alessandro picks it up, carries it up along the wall, evades three guys, before getting it out and losing possession to Dolson. Puck comes forward to McGarry, who makes the pass. Across the ice, D'Alessandro's back check intercepts that one. He backhands that behind the net, but it didn't go all the way to Smets as planned. Then that pass goes awry. Lawler gets a shot. Glove save by Dorian. Just the puck took a weird bounce on D'Alessandro, whose defense up until that point had been very stellar. You know, I'm not really going to fault the kid. You get the weird bounces. What a glove save by Dorian. Face-off won by Smithtown Hauppauge. Feister's going to carry this up the ice and into the zone. Makes his move. He's in all alone. Shot through the legs, but it's stopped by O'Shea. It was a great move. It was, you know, most of the time I would say keep it simple and just forehand, backhand, forehand. But, you know, you're coming in like that. You got the, just, he needed it a little bit lower. And you rarely say that with shots between the legs. But face-off won by East Islip. Wagner gets it back. Chips it in. Malone picks it up. Makes his move. Malone holds it in the corner. Takes a hit. Definitely getting held a little bit there, but he comes away with it anyway. And moves it to the point for Wagner, who moves it across to Feister. Gets it back to Wagner. Wagner's shot from the point goes wide of the net. East Islip tries to get the clear. They throw it up the boards, but it's kept in. Malone down low, picks the puck up. Using his size and strength to hold it. Makes the pass behind the net. Penalty expires. It's 5-on-5 now. Malone picks it back up behind the net. Tried to make a Michigan move, couldn't. DeMayo's shot goes deflected high into the glass. Wagner settles it at the point. He fires that back, and Malone's going to pick it up behind the net. Takes the hit from Umberzot. And then moves it to Feister. Back to Wagner. Whose pass is nearly intercepted, but Feister gets it back. Malone setting a screen in front of the net against O'Shea. Feister walks the line, evades his man, and then a pass across to Wagner. It's a bit of a miscommunication there. Wagner was cutting towards the net. And not a bad idea, just not necessary at that point. Turnover. Penny gets it, fires it out, but it comes all the way out to Feister, who flips it forward. Can't be corralled by Smithtown Hauppauge until now. Wagner has it. Heads up ice. Loses his footing. Feister's going to carry that in. Shot across, attempted deflection in midair. Doesn't really go much of anywhere as Campo takes the hit from Umberzot. Kept in by Renfus. You know, some of these hits have come a little bit close to the back, and I'm not saying they're intentional as Richie shot deflected wide. That was a drop pass, I believe, from either Cacciani or Renfus. The board is dead again, so I'm hoping that the time on our end is correct. Ours reads 137, theirs reads 139. That's the second time they've turned the board on and off tonight. I think 137 is a little bit more accurate. We'll stick to theirs because that's what everyone else will, but. Face off. Won by East Islip. But Campo gets back, gets a shot on net. That was deflected into the corner. Puck comes to the point, Agavino has it. Fires a shot that's deflected wide, picked up by Cacciani. Carries it into the corner, tried to get it to Renfus. He couldn't. Campo picks it up, evades the hit. You know, there have been a couple hits where it seems like maybe the Smithtown player was turning a little bit and then got hit in the back, but these suspensions carry over into next season. So if you're East Islip, and again, it looks like this is going to be the last game of the year. Don't do anything that's going to send you into next season with a couple of games to serve due to suspension. Cacciani reset it to Smetsis, who's going to carry that one up ice and into the zone. Cuts the outside, circles the net, tried to go for the wraparound, save and covered by O'Shea. Don't go anywhere after this. It's the number 2 versus the number 7 seed, St. Anthony's versus Sachem. Another classic rivalry game. Face-off won by Landgren. He's trying to hold it. And he does. You know, Suffolk County High School hockey is always a bit better with St. Anthony's in it. Pass comes to the front. Barham drops it back to Feister. Just a little bit of tic-tac-toe passing. They're not looking to shoot in the last minute. Trying to be classy about this. That's a nice pass to D'Alessandro, but you know, it's always better when St. Anthony's is in the league. That shot right into the side. They were clearly, I don't even know that he meant to hit the net there. Just 2 seconds remaining in play, or 2.8 really, so our clock doesn't show the microseconds. My apologies. That's going to do it for regulation. The final score is 7-1 in favor of Smithtown. It felt a lot closer than that for most of the game. It was a lot closer than that for most of the game. Just didn't turn out the way East Islip wants. But, you know, if this is the end to your season, losing 7-1 to a team that didn't lose in the regular season, and you're without your best scorer, it's hard to feel too bad about that. It doesn't seem that way now, but, you know, This is a school whose varsity team obviously finished near the top of the league. May have finished in the top of the league. I'd have to double check that, to be quite honest with you. But for the JV squad, tonight was their last night. Don't go anywhere. Coming up next, Sachem versus St. Anthony's. We have all the action here on the Long Island Sports Network. And for those of you who will not be joining us, thank you and good night.